And now for something completely different. Hey there guys, welcome to the next Friday time lapse here on the channel. About this time last year, I think it was a little bit before Christmas, probably around the month of December, I actually showed you guys how to make kind of like duct tape Christmas ornaments, kind of out of styrofoam balls. Well, I decided to actually make one of those in this time lapse here. It's gonna be kind of cool. It's gonna be a Pokeball time lapse, and I'm gonna be making a Pokeball out of duct tape here using a styrofoam ball. And I had this one left over. I was testing out a paint color, and I decided to, it was really just for a test, so I wanted to actually use it for some sort of video here on the channel. So for this video I'm going to be using some white, black, and red duct tape. I'm going to be applying it all over the ball here. So I used that piece to figure out exactly where to stick the tape. And for this, it's really just applying the tape as much as possible in kind of like a smooth fashion. You always want to, whenever you're applying tape to something of a surface that's not exactly flat, like this is obviously not a flat surface I'm applying to, you want to cut the pieces pretty small, and then that allows the tape to flex a lot better. So you can see me sticking all those pieces on now. So this is the white bottom part of the ball, and then pretty soon I'll be working on the top part, which will of course be the red part, and that black part that you saw me cut out first is that black band around the Pokeball. So working that on now, and going to be using the red pretty soon, but right now I'm just sticking all those white pieces on. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Now before I stick the black band on, I'm going to use all the red pieces. And you can see I've already painted more or less this portion here. Yeah, I was just testing out, a different kind of paint to see if it would work for one of the other Pokeballs I was making. I typically paint them for a Pokemon costume that I was putting together, which I put together since, but I had a few extra ones, so I decided to use it for the time lapse here. So just cutting out all those pieces, or just trimming them up a little bit, applying them all the way around. Need a few extra ones. And then I'll be sticking and covering up the rest of the pieces there. And I'm not really too concerned with it overlapping a little bit, because I'll just be, just touching that up at the very end with little pieces of duct tape to just touch up those pieces. So not a huge issue at the moment, but I'll put that black band on in just a few seconds, and then I'll see exactly if there's any overlap. So here we go with the black band. You can see there's a little bit of red bleeding into the white piece there, and there's probably a few white pieces that are off on the other side too. So sticking that on now, and there we go. So we're almost there. Now I'm going to cut a small black piece for the button, and this one actually turned out to be too small. I need to make it a little bit bigger, so I'm going to measure this up, and it doesn't look that good. It's really too small. So I cut out another piece and made that one much bigger, as you can see there. Then I'm going to cut out a white piece, which is going to go right in the center, just freehanding all these circles, and that's going to go directly into the middle. And this one actually turned out to be too big as well, so I actually cut that down a lot smaller. So you can tell it's actually too big. It's not exactly a perfect circle, so I cut it much smaller, stuck it on, and that looks much better. Alright, so now I'm just going to do a little bit of touch-up work. You can see there's a little bit of red in the white section. Sometimes there's a little bit of white in the red section. So a few little pieces of tape will help alleviate that problem, and then it's time to show it off, which will be pretty soon. So just cutting it off, trimming it a little bit, and it's actually a pretty cool prop. All you need is some red, white, and black duct tape and a styrofoam ball, and you can make pretty much any kind of Pokeball you want without any paint at all. So that's what it looks like. I think it looks pretty cool. It's definitely a pretty accurate looking Pokeball for a Pokemon costume, or for whatever else you wanted to use it for. So hopefully you guys like this time lapse here on the channel. Of course, there'll be more videos coming pretty soon. I just picked up some of the new Duck Dynasty duct tape, so you'll be able to see that pretty soon on the channel. So catch you next time for that. And that's the Pokeball time lapse.